The third type of government that's available under Title 11 for cities and towns is a council-manager form of government. And those regulations in the statute can be found in Title 11, Sections 10, 101, and those provisions that follow in that chapter. The framework of this form of local government includes the council as the legislature. Council members are elected by ward, usually one from each ward, with one council member elected citywide or at large. Council members will then elect their own mayor. The mayor is largely ceremonial and presides at meetings. Typically, the city council hires the municipal judge, the city treasurer, and the city manager. Departments required are police departments, fire departments, law departments, among other departments and agencies as the council may establish. In this form of government, the city manager is the chief executive officer or the CEO, but the city manager is subordinate to the council. Council cannot direct ordinary administration, but can make general inquiry into the functioning of the departments. The council powers generally include, first, appoint and remove the city manager, enact municipal legislation, raise revenue, make appropriations, regulate salaries and wages, and all other fiscal affairs of the city. Also, the council has the power to inquire into the conduct of any office, department, or agency of the city and investigate municipal affairs. Appoint, elect, and remove its own subordinates, members of commissions and boards, and other quasi-legislative or quasi-judicial officers. The council can also create, change, and abolish offices, departments, and agencies other than those that were established by law. There is a provision in Title 11 that's very specific that the council cannot deal directly with city staff. That is left to the city manager. The council can grant pardons for violations of municipal ordinances upon the recommendation of the municipal judge under this form of government. The city manager's powers are generally outlined in Section 10-113, and those include appoint, and when necessary for the good of the service, remove, demote, lay off, or suspend all heads of department and other administrative officers and staff of the city manager, or the city manager can delegate this authority. The city manager is vested with the power by statute to supervise and control administrative departments, officers, and agencies. The city manager prepares a budget annually and submits it to the council and is responsible for the administration of the budget after it goes into effect. The city manager generally will submit to the council a report after the end of the fiscal year on the finances and the administrative activities of the city for the preceding year. The city manager is required to keep the council advised of the financial condition and future needs of the city and to make recommendations as he deems desirable. Council manager cities in this state tend to be cities with larger populations. They tend to have professional staff and a CEO, and normally only part-time elected officials. The next form of government that's available to cities and towns in the state of Oklahoma is a strong mayor-council form of government. And that's governed under Title 11 with Sections 11-101 and the following sections under that chapter. The framework of this form of local government includes a legislature, which is comprised of the mayor, elected at large, and council members, elected from wards. The mayor is ex officio council member at large and has all powers, rights, privileges, duties, and responsibilities of a council member, including the right to vote on questions. The mayor presides over the city council and is also the chief executive officer. The council will elect a vice mayor from its body. The mayor hires everyone other than legislative boards and commissions and the personnel board, including the clerk, the treasurer, head of the personnel board, and departments required are police departments, fire departments, law departments, among other departments, offices, and agencies as the council may establish by ordinance. The powers of a strong mayor include appointment and, when necessary for the good of the service, remove, demote, lay off, or suspend all directors of administrative departments and all other administrative officers and staff of the city, or, again, the mayor may delegate this authority. The mayor has the power to supervise and control administrative departments, agencies, officers, and staff. The mayor prepares a budget annually and submits it to the council administers the budget after it goes into effect, submits to the council an annual report on the finances and the administrative activities of the city. The mayor will keep the council advised of the financial condition and the future needs of the city and make recommendations accordingly. The mayor, in a strong mayor form of government, may grant pardons for violations of city ordinances upon recommendation of the municipal judge. The powers of the council include the following: appoint or elect and remove its own subordinate members of commissions and boards and other quasi-legislative, quasi-judicial, or advisory officers and authorities. And the council may create, change, and abolish offices, departments, and agencies other than those established by law, and assign additional functions and duties to offices, departments, and agencies established by this article. As the legislative body, the council will adopt ordinances, approve budgets, and make appropriations. Now, strong mayor cities in the state of Oklahoma vary in size, but tend to have full-time political staffs in leadership positions. These sections in Oklahoma also have provisions dealing with personnel decisions and prohibition against political appointments and removals. As I mentioned earlier, there is another form of government option for cities and towns if you're at least 2,000 in population, and that is to become a charter city. There are around 86 cities across the state that meet that criteria and have opted to adopt their own unique form of government in their city that they feel more closely meets the needs of their residents. This can be done, adoption of a charter, by going through an election process to draft and propose a charter to the resident voters. That discussion, creating a charter, is really beyond the scope of this presentation. In summary, there are almost 600 cities and towns across the state of Oklahoma. There are primarily 4 forms of government for those municipalities. Statutory town, which is a board of trustees form of government for towns under 1,000 residents. For cities with 1,000 or more residents, the choices are aldermanic cities, often called a weak mayor council form of government, council city manager form of government, and strong mayor council. They all have unique sets of rules, powers, and duties set out in corresponding sections of Title 11 of the Oklahoma statutes. In addition, for cities that have more than 2,000 residents, they have an option of tweaking these statutory forms of government by proposing and adopting their own unique city charter. We hope this information has been helpful for you in gaining a greater understanding of how municipal local government is organized in the state of Oklahoma. Again, my name is Jeff Bryant, and OAMA has established this program to provide municipal law information through the OAMA website. That's found at www.okmunicipalattorneys.org. Listed there on that website are the names and contact information of OAMA board members and partner organizations, such as Oklahoma Municipal League and the Oklahoma Municipal Assurance Group. If you're a municipal law practitioner, please take advantage of these resources, and you're certainly invited to consider an OAMA membership.